Taurus, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot for your weekly reading for the week of February 21st to February 28th. We're going to be pulling a bunch of cards here to get an idea of your general energies going into this week, as well as any challenges that you'll be facing and a little bit of advice on how to overcome those challenges. We're going to be pulling one card here for your general energies for this week using the Spirit Song Tarot deck. So hopefully I'm not too bad at reading these cards, but we'll see. So your first general energies going into this week, we have here the Strength card with an elephant here. Definitely a different strength card than you see on like the regular like tarot decks with like the lion. This is tapping in more into like a little bit of like a personal strength, I feel. We have like a courage and endurance here. So whatever you've gotten yourself into recently, and I know last week, Taurus, your reading was about somebody from your past connecting with you, and there possibly being some sort of like positive relationship beginning to grow. And I think that this strength that you're getting from that situation right now is kind of reconciling, your perceptions of this person and reconciling maybe there's some way that they wronged you and maybe they've been able to make up for that. So you found some kind of strength in that, some kind of strength in building up that new relationship. And let's see here, in your area of the recent past, we have the Knight of Cups card. So definitely going into something new emotionally, tapping into some kind of new emotions here and reaching a little bit of emotional maturity in a new situation. So that's really cool to see, Taurus. Here, going into your future, we have the Nine of Cups card. So definitely a card of abundance here. Just seeing yourself in like a really safe, secure situation. And for me, that can be like a little bit of like gluttony as well. I feel like the Nine of Cups card, I mean, it looks like a card of gluttony here, especially on this one with like the rabbit sitting there. I'm not feeling that energy like on this reading in particular. I'm just feeling that you've really built yourself up into a really emotionally secure situation because of how you're handling this new relationship with somebody. So I think that there's somebody from Taurus's past over these last couple weeks who has come back into their lives. And you're just finding a lot of strength in that. And you've set clear boundaries with this person if you needed to, or you have clear expectations of like what role this person can have in your life. And because of that, you're able to have a really great relationship here. I'm really seeing a lot of positivity here, Taurus. So here in your area of above, we have the Wheel of Fortune card. So kind of understanding that, you're putting something away in the past now. You're accepting some kind of like new situation with this person. The Wheel of Fortune is turning, so to speak, right? So you're really just bringing new things into your life here. Something that's kind of really standing out to me for some reason on the Wheel of Fortune that I just don't regularly notice. I'm really tapping into like these animals that are on the side here. So we have like a lion down here. So we were talking earlier about how normally the Strength card is represented by the lion rather than like an elephant. Kind of just seeing like a lot of, maybe this person who you've had a connection with from your past can be a little bit of a mentor. We have like the animals here and they appear to be reading. So I'd say that this a little bit of studiousness, right? You're kind of like learning from like your past, basically. You're learning from maybe some like shortcomings that you've made with other relationships, and you're able to like bring that strength into developing like a really strong mentorship kind of relationship here. Here in your area of below, we have the Sun card. Definitely a lot of happiness here. You're just like in a really secure, happy, vibrant situation. I'm really happy to see this, Taurus. Whatever this relationship was from your past, Taurus, it could have been like maybe an old family member coming back into your life. It could have been somebody who's been estranged for a very long time, or it could have been like an old teacher who really meant a lot to you and really served as a mentor at one part of your life. Now they're able to like re-enter this new part of your life. Here in your area of advice, we have the King of Pentacles card. So whoever this person here is, I kind of almost see them as the King of Pentacles in this situation rather than you. And I think that the advice that's being given here is that this person, if they're a little bit of an older person, a little bit more experienced, especially like in your field, doesn't have to be like career-wise, so just like has like more life experience basically. And they really kind of understand you. Because of that, I think that you should really like just kind of open up to any advice that they might have. Here with your external factors, you have the Temperance card. So this is balancing different things right now. I think that you're kind of like balancing like your own experiences, what you know about yourself, what you know about like your life and like your career field or what you're studying, everything that you know about yourself, you're kind of balancing it masterfully with like what this new person from your past is bringing into your life. So they're bringing some advice, but you're not like throwing away like your own perception of the world. You're kind of learning to balance the two. So you're creating like this synthesis basically between like these two different new things. Here in your area of hopes and fears, we have the Ace of Wands card. There could just be a little bit of apprehension and fear right now about getting started with some sort of new project. If there's something really passionate about, like some kind of like hobby that you've been just kind of thinking about for a long time, and you think that maybe this person from your past is going to be able to like open the door for you, and then you'll be tremendously successful at this, like whatever this hobby is. Like if you're getting into photography, for instance, and this person, you think that they might know a tremendous amount of photography stuff, and then they'll be able to teach you. I think that you kind of have that expectation right now, and you have like your hopes and fears are kind of caught up in that right now, because you see this person as really just somebody who can like open the door to new hobbies, new opportunities for you, new things that can grow into much larger things, basically. But that growth won't happen for quite a long time, Taurus, so don't worry too much. Don't stress yourself out. This isn't something that has to be resolved in a week. This kind of conflict here could last several months, even years too. And here in the area of an outcome, we have the King of Swords card. Again, I think that this kind of came up in your last reading. Could be mistaken. There was just some sort of swords cards. And then also here on the Wheel of Fortune, we have the sword here behind the rabbit. I think that you're in that situation right now. Whoever this is just a reminder. You've set really clear boundaries with this person, really clear expectations, and you feel like you're not, I don't know, like if this person, if this is somebody from your past who's kind of wronged you in some, if this is somebody from your past who's really significant to your life, but maybe they've kind of wronged you in some sort of way, or maybe they've let you down in some sort of way, or maybe your expectations were a little too high. It could just be now you're in like a much more grounded, you're just in a much more grounded place to kind of understand your expectations of this person. So Taurus, this is a really cool reading to see, really hopeful going into this next week. We're gonna be, if you want to pause the video here, we're going to pull 3 cards for 3 yes, no, or maybe questions. So we're going to pull those cards now for you. These are upside down for some reason. A lot of powerful cards here. Taurus, for your first question with the Empress card, I'd say yes. For your second question with the Emperor card, I'd also say yes. And then finally, with your last question, I'd have a kind of like a little bit of a maybe on that one. So Taurus, thank you so much for joining us for your weekly reading. We were going to do an extended part 2 for this weekly reading, but I kind of decided that wasn't the best idea. I think that it would almost be better for a 100 subscriber kind of celebration would be to have a month-long reading. So we're going to do like a monthly reading for the month of what's coming out, March. So we're going to do our March reading, and then that'll kind of build like this framework for everybody, for all the signs going into this next month, so that they can kind of like watch all the weekly readings and then have like an overarching understanding of the month, and then also an understanding of like what to expect for each week. So Taurus, thank you so much for joining us at 3 Rabbit Tarot, and we'll see you next week.